What's going on, guys? This is Jeremy the Centrepreneur coming at you today with another video. This is going to be my top 10 personal favorite designers of all time. If you've been following my channel, you might know that I've been kind of straying more towards the niche stuff recently. I find it more interesting, frankly, and I generally enjoy the scents a little more. But there are some really, really good designers, in my opinion, and these are my personal favorites. I am not saying go out and blind buy these. I'm not saying they're my sexiest, most complimented fragrances. These are the designer fragrances in my collection. There is one sample that I've had experience with and that I've liked for... That one sample is, I think, 2 months old. So minimum 2 months. In the description, there's going to be a list of honorable mentions that just didn't quite make this list, and I should also have a reason why they didn't make the list down below. So, without further ado, guys, jump right into the list. Number 10. This is, if you don't consider the lack of versatility, in my opinion, this would be my favorite cheap fragrance. It is from Burberry, and it's London. It's damp leaves on a fall day, early winter too, in my opinion. Tobacco, cinnamon, hated it at first. Now I really, really enjoy it. I can't see my collection without it. That was number 10, guys. Burberry London. Number 9. This featured in my spring rotation video. It has been replaced by a new purchase, but I still enjoy it. And that new purchase is a niche, so that's not in this list. Without further ado, guys, this was my spring date fragrance from Guerlain. It's L'Instant de Guerlain Eau Extreme. There's an orange citrus note in this that kind of gives it this orange cleaner vibe right off the top, which is not my favorite at all, but it very quickly calms down into a nice, not quite dark, but a cocoa powder sort of feel. That was number 9, Lidge for short. And I should note, I have only smelt the new formulation. I do not feel like paying $200 for just the old on eBay. So, little caveat there. Number 8, guys, this is well known. It's not the most artistic fragrance ever, but it is great. Bleu de Chanel, guys. Number 8. There's not really much to say about this one that hasn't been said. It just smells fantastic. It smells like good cologne, how a man should smell. It's definitely not my favorite scent. Not even my favorite designer, as it's number 8 on this list, but it just smells good. It's impossible to dislike, in my opinion, and I decided to slot it in at number 8. Number 7, guys, this one featured in a video that I did a long time ago, not very good. It was my top 5 clubbing bangers. This was number 2, and the reason this one made the list and number 1 didn't is because I wear this one outside of the club. I do wear it in the winter, I wear it in the spring and fall as well. It's from Paco Rabanne, and it's Invictus. It's the most hated fragrance on this list by far. The bottle is kind of tacky, but the juice inside for somebody my age, 23-ish, fantastic stuff. Fantastic, playful citrus, grapefruit, quite synthetic smelling. Not a work of art by any means, but it smells good. I love it. I love it. So for that reason, I decided to put that at number 7. Number 6 is a fragrance that I talk about quite a bit. I really enjoy it, and I think it might crack the top 5 once I have a little more time with it this summer. My issue with it is I only feel good about wearing it in the summer and in warmer spring temperatures. Guys, it's Le Mal Popeye from Jean-Paul Gaultier. This stuff is real good. It's real good. It's like the original, but sort of kidded up, if that makes sense. It's less mature than Le Mal. It's got that bubblegum vibe. typical of the Paco Rabanne fragrances, but it mixes Le Male with that, and it comes across very, very nice. I enjoy it. I haven't met anybody that really doesn't. It's mint, bubblegum, and vanilla. The big things I get: Jean Paul Gaultier, Popeye. Le Male Popeye at number 6, guys. I do think it could be number 5, though. Number 5, I say that because number 5, it's another one that I used to really, really love, but I purchased a niche that kills it, in my opinion. But for the memories I have with this scent, I still find it very, very enjoyable, despite having a better niche version. Number 5, guys, from Viktor Rolf, and it's Spice Bomb. Oh my. Why did Herrera have to kill this one for me? I've had Spice Bomb for a few years now. It's great. It's been a winter staple of mine. Whenever I don't know what to wear in the winter, I just toss it on. It's just spicy and vanilla, and it's a bomb. You're gonna smell good for a long time. People are gonna smell you from a ways away. Fantastic juice. But Parfums de Marly Herrera is better, in my opinion, and that probably kicked it out of the top 3 for me. Number 4, guys, if you hear me rustling around down below, this is a sample. The only sample on this list that I mentioned earlier. This is featured on my buy list. It's featured on my 10 designers I used to hate list. Fantastic. One of the best masculine gourmandish fragrances I've ever smelled. Number 4, guys, is from Tom Ford, and it's Noir Extreme. The man version, of course. I think there is a female. Never smelled it, but anyway, this is chocolate, vanilla. I don't know what a kulfi is. From what I understand, it is a dessert from, is it Italian or is it Middle Eastern? I'm not quite positive. Whatever it is, it smells fantastic. I don't really own anything that smells like this either, which gives it some real brownie points for me. The performance is amazing. Longevity, don't worry about that. When I say the performance is amazing, I guess I'm really citing the longevity. It doesn't push out for me a whole lot, but I think that's quite good for what this one does. It's a very sensual date fragrance through and through, in my opinion, although it could be signature scent worthy in the proper weather, in my opinion. Tom Ford Noir Extreme, guys, number 4, top 3. This is huge. These are designers, like, I put them right up there with some of my favorite niche. They're all fantastic. I highly recommend all of these scents, by the way, guys, but my top 3 in particular, top 5 really. The first of these could be replaced in my collection at some point by another niche, but for now, it's my baby. Pure Havana by Thierry Mugler. Like I said, it's compared heavily to Xerjoff's Naxos, and I totally get that. Naxos is the better scent, in my opinion, but Pure Havana lasts longer, and it's less than half the price, I think. Probably more, honestly. Xerjoffs are stupid expensive, but what you're gonna get out of Pure Havana is tobacco, cherry, vanilla, and honey are the main things I pick up all the time. Performance is very, very good, as I already alluded to. It's perfect for both fall and winter, probably even colder spring days, although I haven't tried that. I can't really speak for the colder spring days. Guys, that was number 3, Thierry Mugler, Pure Havana. I'm just gonna give her one more whiff for old time's sake. Oh man, I've got some good memories of that one. Now we're into the top 2, guys. If you watched any of my videos in the past, you probably know what these are, but you don't know what order they're gonna be in. So without further ado, guys, number 2, my favorite designers of all time, Herrera CH Men. It's too good. It's too good, and there's not really anything else I've smelled that compares to it, which probably bumps it up on this list a little bit. It's quite unique in my opinion. It's sugar and leather and woods, and I get a bit of a grassy vibe from it. It's really, really good. That sounds weird, and I was quite skeptical when I first when I first heard about it, but I blind bought this bottle and I've been loving it ever since. It's one of the few blind buys I've made that's lived up to the hype. Pure Havana, fun fact, was also a blind buy, and those two, outstanding. If you think you might enjoy it, I do recommend blind buying those ones. It worked out for me, so what can I say? The only issue, just before I go to my number one, the only issue with CH Men, in my opinion, doesn't perform that well. I get about 6 hours longevity, and it does push out from the skin a bit for the first half, but not really that long, not really that far, although it is used as a sensual scent for me, and you don't really want super high longevity and sillage with that. So CH Men, guys. Number two, you probably know what number one is if you watch my stuff. If you didn't, here it is. It's from Christian Dior. Dior Homme Intense, guys. I do have the new formulation. I don't think it's the brand new one, but doesn't matter from what I've smelled. Before I continue, I do think CH Men is a better date fragrance than this one, and it does get me more in the zone to go on a date, but I wear Dior Homme Intense way more. It's too good. It's cocoa, leather. I don't really get like a dark chocolatey vibe from the cocoa, but there's iris in there. It sort of makes it smell like a lipstick bag off the top, which is not enjoyable at all in my opinion, but once it dries down, it's quite nice, very creamy. Performance is outstanding. I've gotten 24 hours with this. It's ridiculous. Although it doesn't push out from the skin too much from what I've seen. It does for the first little bit, like most fragrances, but outstanding juice, guys. That was my top 10 favorite designers of all time, guys. Like I said, these aren't what I consider the best works of art. They aren't the best date fragrances. They aren't the best generic mass-pleasing fragrances. These are my favorites, and I encourage you to check all of them out if you haven't already. They're all really, really good, although my top 5 really, top 6, I'll call it top 6, because Popeye's the real deal too, honestly. Especially those ones, guys, but check these out if you haven't already. That's been my video, man. Comment down below, what are your guys' favorite designers of all time? I'm sure not everybody's gonna have the same picks as me, and it's always interesting to see how noses differ from person to person. So guys, that's been the video. If you're new to my channel, or if you haven't already, please subscribe down below. It'd mean a lot. There's new content coming out all the time. I'm producing about 5 videos a week. Also, if there's anything you'd like to see, anything you'd like to know, hit me up down in the comments. Answer them all. Easy as that. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this list. I had a lot of fun making it. I do enjoy my designers, just not as much as my niche. That's just where I am right now in my fragrance journey. Guys, have a fantastic day. I hope you enjoy it again, and we'll see you at the next video.